Hello, good morning. It's 9:45. I'm TK, and this is Coach on the Rocks. Lovely to see you again. Hopefully, you are having a wonderful week. So, today I've read, as I was looking for inspiration for today's episode of Coach on the Rocks, I've read an interesting article based on an interesting study by HR Drive, which says that a leadership book club does definitely increase leaders' engagement in leadership development and L&D as a whole. And at first I thought, well, that's a wonderful idea. And I'm happy that this study proves it. And then I thought, but actually it makes me laugh a bit. Do you know why? Well, I don't know about you, but 95% of leaders I worked with, personal statistics, and I've worked with quite a few, wouldn't find the time to read for a book club. And it's not that they shouldn't. Right? Let me just be clear. There's two things here. Should leaders read and why they don't read? So, yeah, I've talked a bunch about leaders essentially constantly being busy with the stuff they shouldn't be busy with, and it's actually to their detriment, with unnecessary meetings, with not able to delegate properly, with ruminating about stuff that they should empower others to do. There's, I'm sure, an episode or two about it. But when it comes to, and obviously this creates this notion of, oh, I don't have the time. I'm constantly busy. And then it holds you back from reading. And yeah, absolutely. Not only leaders, but everyone should, dabble in reading. It's interesting that people don't. I find it, as a person that had problems with reading, I didn't read enough for quite some time. I can relate. Right? It's difficult. Not everyone is capable of spending the attention on a book. My friend and colleague Toby Sinclair has some great tips on his newsletter, and he says you don't have to read the whole book. Another colleague, Noel Warnell, has I think he does a workshop on breaking Tsunoku. I might be mispronouncing it, which is like a full bookshelf and a huge backlog of books. And people still buying them with the intent of reading them, and they just collect dust. Not that I don't have a few of those, but probably don't have an intention of reading them. But the thing is, I do cheat. I listen to audiobooks. It's not sponsored. I do have a nice plan on Audible, 24 tokens a year for a book. 2 books a month, it is decent. Although I have to say, I do obviously read business and self-help books, but some are terrible. And there absolutely are. My personal tip is, read the things that are recommended by people that actually can appreciate a good book when it comes to business and self-help. And, also, don't only read these kinds of books. Read something that's actually fun to read. Every year there's a Man Booker Prize. There's a short list. And then the winner. They're amazing books, really. Oh my God, they know their stuff. Just have a look at their website. You like science fiction or fantasy or whatnot? There's Hugo and Nebula awards. I do. So yeah, every year there's a winner. Boom, definitely a read for me. And yeah, they're good books. So yes, leaders will feel challenged. I think, I think it's a great idea, but I wouldn't be able to use it with my leaders. But there's other ways. There's other ways that you can use a book club. Don't call it a book club. How about get the leaders to watch a tech talk or a YouTube video, something that's like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and then they can have a discussion. I think that's great. I think they can do it. I think it will have a similar effect. If you can swing a book club, do it. I think, reading books is a great mindfulness exercise. And God knows, we all need it. especially leaders in the modern world. But just the fact that they need it doesn't mean we will do it, they will do it. It's not how it works. And I think you know. Anyway, if you have an interesting business book to read, or a self-help book that you would like to recommend, that's actually a good read. Because, oh my God, I've read a bunch that weren't. And by the way, Audible has a feature of returning books if you want to return them after reading for a few minutes and say, oh, that's not really for me. And I've used it. Anyway, hopefully you have some cool reads. Do put something in the comments. I would love to have a look and maybe have a read on my next turn when I get to a business book. But for now, I wish you all the best for your day. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.